Hi people, hello, I'm back. This is Gloria Harlow Drummond again, and it's now about 25 minutes to 11. It's starting to thunder again just a little bit, but I think most of it's over. And my daughter and grandson just got back to Mattoon. They went to get them something to eat, but I wanted to try to sing a little bit more of "Build My Mansion Next Door to Jesus." Okay? Mama was the first one to ever teach me of heaven, and the very first one to ever tell me of him. So build my mansion next door to Jesus, and tell the angels I'm coming home. It doesn't matter who lives beside me, just so my mansion sits near the throne. My little mama's mansion could be close by me, across the golden avenue. I hope my mansion sits near the throne. So build my mansion next door to Jesus, and tell the angels I'm coming home. It doesn't matter who lives beside me, just so my mansion sits near the throne. Just so my mansion sits next to the throne. I don't know how many times that we played. It was a double album is what it was. And I don't know how many times me and him played that album over and over and over when we were together. And then he learned how to play it on the guitar, and we would sing so many songs of the Rambos. We loved the Rambos, and we had all their albums. We had every one of their albums, them and some of the others too. But I just wanted to get back on here and try to do the rest of that song. I prayed for the Lord to help me to remember. It sounds like it's raining again. To remember it, but I did the best I could and everything. So, see, I loved him. I loved him. Like I said, we had a lot of good years together. And like I said on other videos, he just didn't understand when a woman loses children, it does something to him, and more so if a woman has an anxiety disorder to boot, you know, it's even harder. It's a lot harder. And then, like I said, the first baby I lost started it, and then you know what I said about my dad, losing my dad, and then everything down the line and everything. So, but God's been with me all through everything, you know, and so I don't know what else really to say on that, you know, other than there was two men, my first love and then Steve, that I've loved and lost children with, you know, and anytime there's children, involved, there's a bond. Whether they were born or not, there's still a bond. A very close bond, you know. And if it wasn't for Steve, I would have. I don't know when I would have left the older man, Richard. There's one time, I'll tell you a story. There was one time that Richard and I walked up to the unemployment office, and Steve was up there, and I hadn't seen him since we left school. Of course, you know, we had been neighbors, and we lived down there in Shelby. We had been neighbors, and we went to school together too. But anyway, I hadn't seen him for quite a while, you know, and it was funny. They had called Richard back there to do his unemployment, you know, sign up for his unemployment checks. And anyway, he sat down beside me. He said, "Well, hi, Gloria, how you doing?" Then I told him then about Richard, about me getting married, and I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "You better not sit by me." I said, "Don't sit by me." He says, "Why?" I said, "Because he'll wonder who you are and all that, and I don't want, you know, he'll give me a bunch of crap about it." Basically, I said crap about it. Well, to make a long story short, he said that he wanted to. He said, "If you will leave," I told him the whole story, what I could get out before Richard come back out, and he said, "Why don't you go back, leave him?" This was the third time, too, by the way, the last time that I left him. He said, "Please leave him," and he gave me his phone number, his mom's phone number, and so between my brother and some other people, they helped me to get away from him, and that was it. That was it. And so then I called the house, his mom's house, and he was there, and we talked, and then we started seeing each other, and you know, and we were together a lot. And he did some crazy things back then. I mean, well, I guess I did too. We both did, you know. I mean, I could sit for hours and to talk about all the things that me and him did together, you know. And then sometimes we take old Ronnie, a friend of ours, Ronnie. We take him with us, and a couple other people too. And you know, well, we would party a lot too. We partied a lot. Back then, that was in the 70s, we partied a lot. And, but we had some good years. We had some good years, and like I said, we got away from God. We came to the Lord through watching the PTL Club with Jim and Tammy. That's how we came to the Lord. He came to the Lord, and I came back to the Lord during that period of time. And our marriage was really good. It was really good. We listened to our gospel records. We read the Bible. The Lord would give him scriptures like he did my dad. And our marriage was good. Well, what happened? We got away from God, and everything went down the tubes. The drinking started in again, and going to the bars and things like that too. And it just kept getting worse and worse, and then you know the rest of it. But he loved me. He loved me when he left. When he left me, he still loved me. When he left. And then when I told everyone, and then about the mornings he would come in, when he'd get off work, he'd go to Little Chef and bring me breakfast. And then one morning, then I was really snippy with him, you know, and I said, "You don't live here anymore." I said, "I want the key." And he said, "Fine." And he looked like he was about to cry then. See, I can look back and just see so many things that I did, on my part, that was wrong. You know, I just didn't stop to think. I just didn't stop to think about a lot of things. And in my condition at that time, you know, it was a very, very sad thing. You know, and what was strange, what I thought was strange too, Jeannie was it was the complete opposite of me. He had things with her that he had wanted with me, like living in the country, buying a farm or whatever, a farmhouse in the country, and I didn't want to live at that time. I didn't want to live out in the country, you know. But he did, you know. And but everything that they did, that's what he wanted for me and him. And you know, yeah, complete opposites. And of course that goes back to the Jezebel spirit. And I've done, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos about the Jezebel spirit, about the Bible scriptures that the Lord gave me. After it was a few years after he left, he gave me those back in 2002 or 2003, something like that. And you know, I've told everyone the story. It's on my videos. I've got over 220, I think, now videos. So if you go through my videos, you'll see my life series where I'm talking about her dad, and then the ones where I'm talking about Roy, about Mitchell, and all that. And like I said, I've said, you know, that I would be doing my life series. I would be bringing up a lot of different things, getting the truth said about a lot of things. And when I feel that I'm done, then I will quit on the series. And so anyway, it's up to 11. You know, we're up to almost over 11 minutes. Almost it's 10 minutes to 11 p.m. now too. So I'm going to get off of here now tonight. God bless you. You're welcome to my channel. Always welcome to my channel. Leave me comments. Give me your input on some things too. I welcome your comments. And TC, the Cross for All, I love you too, my sister. Thank you so much for being behind me. I love you dearly. And Nikki Pratt, I love you too. And my niece Shelly, if you're still watching my videos, I love you. Eric, my nephew Eric, if you're watching these videos, I love you too. I love you too. Leave me comments, you know. And okay, so I'm going to get off here in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Everybody have a good night, and be careful with the storms, because everybody's getting storms. You know, this weather is crazy. So again, may God richly bless you. My eyes still bother me. Yes, it still bothers me. I may have to go to the eye doctor. I don't know. So anyway, alrighty, I'm going to go. So alrighty, good night, people. For tonight, good night.